Kia ora, welcome back. We're here with Geoff today. Geoff has recently completed our 30-day Te Reo Māori Bootcamp course in October 2020. Kia ora, Geoff.
Kia ora, Grant.
Geoff was really engaged, asked lots of tricky questions during the course, and I know he's got a lot out of it, so I'm really appreciative that he's able to jump on today and share with everyone some of his experiences. So, bro, do you want to just share with us, for you coming into the course before you started, where did Te Reo Māori sit within your life? What were maybe some of the drivers for wanting to come out and do a course like this? Like, what were things like before you started?
Yeah, so I would say as part of my work, I do work, I have colleagues who are Māori. We're working with some Māori and Pacifica communities. I mentor a young rangatahi in digital tech. And I guess I have a lot of I had a lot of kupu around me, but no real understanding of the language, of the structure, and so I guess as being Pākehā in New Zealand, I just wanted to learn Te Reo so that I could feel like I'm contributing, like I understand. I just wanted to understand Māori more, and be able to speak Te Reo and understand Te Reo, and so it was always kind of like in the back of my mind, that's something I want to do, but it was kind of like, well, when am I going to make the time or have the time to do this? And I was looking for a long time for things that would fit in with my day-to-day life. And then I just happened to have kind of a slow month that I could see coming up, and I was like, right. I had seen your course probably a year prior, and thought, oh yeah, okay, looks okay. I'll see what I can do on my own, and it was nothing. Didn't do anything. So I was just like, right, I got a bit of time. I'm just going to make the commitment, go hard, and see what I can achieve in that short amount of time. And I love the format. I love your daily updates every day. It was like, what are we going to learn today? What's Grant going to say today? So yeah, I loved it.
Nice, bro. That's yeah. So it sounds like you've got quite a big, I guess, Māori influence around you in your life. You said you're doing some mentoring there as well. So it's a really nice, I guess, outlook that you have to want to be able to almost bridge that gap and reach into that world, because for a lot of people, they don't want to do that. So it's it's really nice to hear that.
Yeah, and I think what was lovely and really important and for me was hearing some of the stories from yourself, from the other participants in the course, just bringing home how there was such a disconnect from the language, and how that made those who are Māori, how that made you feel, not growing up knowing the language, because years of colonization have, it's just kind of stripped it away. And so a part of me is wanting to help build that back up. And do what I can to right some of the wrongs of my ancestors. I mean, not necessarily my ancestors directly, but I'm speaking broadly, Pākehā. You know, successive governments have taken away land, and it's just generations, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 generations of people who have just had that stripped away. And it's just tragic, breaks my heart. And it's great to see that the government is, or the current government is really supportive of getting Te Reo Māori in schools. And I hope they push it more. I hope it does become mandatory. And I hope it starts, it just continues to grow that process of building back. But yeah, sorry, going slightly off topic.
Yeah, there. No, that's okay. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of issues there. There are a lot of issues, and yeah, I think we need more people like yourself, Geoff, that can see that, can see the issues and the challenges, and actually willing to put the time and effort into to do something about it. So, bro, big mihi to you. So, I guess just coming back to our course a little bit more. So, you like you said, you saw the course there for about 12 months and thought you'd go it alone, and didn't quite work out. So you've jumped on board. Before you jumped on, did you have any apprehensions about joining? Was there anything that maybe you weren't sure about with the course?
No, I was a little put off by the website, to be honest, because the look. My background's in web, 20 years in web development and stuff, and it felt very full on. Like the format felt very full on, and I'm kind of a laid back Kiwi, and I'm used to just you know, click here and do stuff. But it was kind of like, but wait, there's more. But wait, here's a testimonial.
Yeah.
So that kind of put me off a little bit, but I understood why that format, why it was like that.
Yeah.
But I just, there was nothing else out there that I thought would fit in with my, my lifestyle, my work-home balance. So yeah, I'm glad I found it and got into it.
Yeah, I'm glad you got past that and jumped on board, because you've obviously done fantastic, Geoff. So you've gone through the course, gotten to the end of it. If you could summarize that into, I guess, what was sort of the main result you got out of the course, the main thing you got from the course, what would that be for you?
I think probably, I feel like now I have a structure. I have a really basic grammar structure there, which I can start fitting different kupu in. And when I'm listening to Te Reo Māori speakers now, I can hear little bits of grammar, and it just helps me to actually understand what's going on in it. But I feel like I've got a framework now that I can start fitting everything in. I think having the habits that you talked about, having just, you know, doing things daily, getting into the habit of listening to something, watching something, reading something, having the words plastered around, you know, flashcards all around the house. That's huge, because that gives me a direction, and having the framework and the habits together will allow me to keep going with that past those 30 days. So yeah, next 30 days is just going to be, for me, consolidation, but I have a framework and I have some good habits now. Yeah. So I think those are the two biggest things that I got out of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought framework up, because it's something that I think everyone can take away from it. You've got the framework. take out what you've learnt and put in the new things that you need to learn, and use that framework, that structure, the approach to building an immersion environment for yourself, like you were just talking about there. They're things that anyone can do, but you have to do them. Like, you've actually got to put the effort in to do it and make it a real effort to do so.
Yeah, and there were days when it was hard. when I got to the end of the day, I was like, oh, do I have the energy? But just push through and do that, and you feel better at the end of it.
Yeah.
And some of the challenges that you have in the course, are frightening. But for people who pushed through it, like they got to the other side, they just did it and felt amazing, And I've had lots of people comment on some of those challenges and go, "Wow, that's really cool that you were able to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, can't believe I did that."
That's the
Ralph
thing.
told me to, so I did it.
Good student, bro. You listen and take action. That's what we need. And that's the thing. Like, it's part. I reckon half the course is actually learning Te Reo. The other half of the course is actually dealing with what's going on up here, because that's
sure.
a big part of the battle and a big challenge. Cool, bro. So you've gotten through the course. We had our weekly calls, our lessons, our daily structures, our homework, our accountability groups, all those things. Was there any specific part of the course or aspect of the course that really resonated with you, or you got a lot out of?
I really enjoyed watching some of the TV programs, as part of the course. For me, that normalized speaking Te Reo Māori, because the only times when I've really heard Te Reo Māori is either when I'm on a marae, or in a meeting, or but watching the programs and seeing the informal talking, people just talking all the time in Te Reo Māori, and it's just normal. It's just like, wow, this is awesome. I think that was huge for me, just hearing Te Reo Māori spoken all the time. And that daily watching is really easy,
We're
at
pretty
the end of
lucky.
the day.
There's such a big repository of videos and content available, and even just online. Like, there's no shortage of content if you want to go and watch something.
Yeah, and I had no idea that it was there. Now I do, but also now I have some of those structures to help make sense of what's being said as well. So that's really nice. Whenever I go in, I may not understand everything, but I'll understand little bits, because it's funny, your ear will pick up certain words, and then your brain stops and thinks, I know that word. What was that word? And then by that time, a whole lot of other stuff has gone past. So now I'm trying to get into the habit of just kind of absorbing it all.
Yep. Cool, bro. So you've obviously gotten through the course. You've done really well. You've done a fantastic job. Would you recommend this course to others? And if so, why?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for those reasons that I pointed out, I think it gives you a framework. Like, it's a really good boost if you're willing to make the commitment and to put in the work daily. It's just it's like a slingshot, it just sends you on a trajectory, and will just kind of kick things off for me, it's done that, and I can totally see where I'm going next, and just looking forward to keeping going. I think also having the accountability groups in there and being able to work with others, you know, the other people on the course, and chat with them. And even if it's just, you know, I had some times when we were chatting and we'd just be talking about how we're experiencing the course, and just to have others, you know, who are going through the same thing, supporting each other is really awesome too. That just helps when, you know, people have had a long day, or they might be a bit behind and they feel like, oh no, I'm dropping off. You can kind of offer support, or they offer support back, and just tautoko each other. And
the community aspect of this course is really important. You know, I could sit here and teach you one-on-one, and, you know, you're sitting at home and doing things, but, you know, where you've got your accountability partners in your group, you've got people that are at the same level as you, they're having potentially the same challenges, they're potentially seeing things that you're not seeing, and you're maybe seeing things that they're not seeing. So when you start conversing and bouncing off one another, you're actually deepening that learning process as well. So they're obviously, they work really well, and I'm really glad to hear that you've had such a good experience through that process of the accountability groups.
Yep.
Cool, bro. Well, look, that just about wraps it up. For anyone watching at home, might be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is there anything else that you might like to share as a closing comments or remarks?
Closing comments or remarks. Just start. Get started. Don't put it off. Start now. It's totally worth it, and you know, it feels so good to get to the end of the course and feel like, hey, now I can understand a bit about what's going on when somebody is talking, or if I'm reading some today. It's just awesome. So yeah, just start.
Awesome, bro. It's a beautiful way to finish it off. Thanks for jumping on, Geoff, and sharing your experiences. I really appreciate it, and all the best moving forward, bro.
Cool. Nice to see you again, Grant. Ka kite anō.
Ka kite.